Hello everybody. This one is going to be for people with rotator cuff injuries or sensitivities, and it'll focus on some non-weight bearing range of motion in the arms first, coupled with an expansive breath. So let me explain a little bit. So if our posture is more collapsed, you maybe can see this more from the side, this kind of pattern in the upper body, the shoulders come forward, uh, the spine is in flexion, and the breath is somewhat restricted. In this sense, the lungs don't have the ability to expand as much as they could. So we're going to start with the shape of the body first. This could be done sitting in a chair. I've got a little bit of height underneath my sit bones here. My knees are lower than my hips, so I can kind of lift and open the chest and not round my back in the process. But you could be sitting in a chair with your feet planted on the ground instead. Either way is fine. We want to start with a foundation, a muscular integration in the body to create a foundation for the expansion of the breath and therefore the expansion of the spine, or the lengthening of the spine. And then all of the appendicular skeleton, the arms and the shoulders will kind of rest onto that more expansive space. And that's where we'll get to, and then we'll start doing some of the exercises. So as I'm sitting here, or if your feet are planted on the ground in a chair, you can actually hold the chair edges if you want to, and then just dig into the ground a little bit with your feet, and I'm widening my toes here and strengthening my legs. And I'm going to place my hands on my thighs. You could be placing them on your knees if you're in a chair. And just take a moment and create a sense of muscular integrity through the legs. What it means to do is to kind of engage the muscles a little bit comfortably while you're there, so you really feel the body. Once you do that, you can begin yogic breath, and this could be through the nose or through the mouth. If it's through the nose, you can lift your upper palate, the roof of your mouth, into a bit of a yawn, so you can create that aspirant sound. Even on the exhale. Now you notice how the inhale pattern will naturally lift you up and broaden the chest. Now the exhale pattern, if we don't pay attention, has a tendency to do the opposite. As you exhale, there's a bit of a flexion and a collapse. So we want to try to blend the breath so we stay long, the spine elongated on the inhale and on the exhale as well. So you inhale, maintain the shape as you exhale. You can do this with your hands now. Inhale. Maintain the length of the spine as you exhale. A few more times with your hands. Hands to knees, just take a few moments rest. Let the breath relax. If you ever get dizzy or lightheaded when you're doing that kind of breath, just stop to go back to a regular breath. You want to be able to do that comfortably for a period of minutes while we're doing the exercises. So we're going to use that foundation in a few moments. Now we'll take a look at the function of the arms and the rotator cuffs. The rotator cuffs, of course, govern the movement of the shoulders and the arms, and they're interconnected, and they're almost like a catcher's mitt in the shoulder here. There's many kind of points of contact or attachments, and that governs movement side to side, up and down, the rotation of the arm. Those are all kind of integral in the rotator cuff. If there's a tear or a sensitivity, not a complete tear, but an injury in the rotator cuff, it can be very painful, particularly in certain ranges of motion. So the first thing we'll do is go back to the breath. You're grounded through the lower body and expansive through the upper body. And then I'm just going to take my fingers, almost like I was ready to catch a volleyball, or I'm holding a volleyball in the hands. Imagine you're holding one volleyball in each hand. So you're kind of gripping that volleyball with your fingers, and you can feel the muscular engagement of the arms, right? Just like that. And now add the breath again. And continue to maintain the length even on the exhale. That'll be the trickiest part. Okay, now we can begin to add movement. So open the arms to the sides as you inhale. Still integrated like holding volleyballs. Exhale, bring them back to the center. Again. See if you can move with your breath. So the speed or the rhythm of your breath is dictating the movements of your arms. Inhaling all the way out to your full inhale and exhaling all the way back until you're empty. Try that one more time. And take a few moments to let the breath relax into a natural rhythm. Okay, so I don't have a lot of room here. As you can see, if I reach up, you'll kind of start to not see my hands. And if I were to stand up, that would get even worse. So I'm going to do this session just sitting down, but you could be doing this standing up. You could stand up out of your seat, bend the knees slightly so the legs are really engaged, and do this in a standing position, and even change the foot position. You could start with parallel feet, about hips distance apart, and then take them a little wider and maybe even a little wider. Try pointing the toes out or in. You can strengthen the legs that way while you're working with the upper body. But I'm going to be sitting down for the rest of this. Okay, back to the breath again, nice and smooth and long. And now I'm going to start working one arm at a time, just to A-B, to contrast if there's an injury, what range of motion limitation there is in both arms or one arm. So bring your right arm forward, same thing like holding a volleyball, but this time stretch the arm out and keep the breath long. Turn the palm so it's facing in, and inhale, take that palm out. On the inhale, as far as you can go without turning with the body. So the body stays neutral, and you inhale, take the arm as far as you can, and you can take a look with you just turning your head and see how far your arm goes. Exhale it back to neutral. Try that one more time. Inhale. Without turning the torso. Look at the thumb. And then back again to neutral. And side two, second arm out. Long inhale first, right? All those preliminaries are still there. Inhale the hand out to the side as far as it'll go. Make sure you're in line, facing forward. Take a look at the thumb and back. Now let's try alternating them. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Side two. Exhale. One more time. And back to neutral. Again, relax. Even relax the body so you can contrast the work of being full with being just sort of naturally sitting. And we'll do one more range of motion in this session. So this time palm down, spine long, the breath is nice and full. So you've got lots of structure for the shoulders to be working with. And then as you inhale, reach up. Without bending your back, see how far up you can reach the arm. So you're not back bending, you're not looking up. And then hand down. And side two. Inhale, reach. And back down. You may have to take your hands slightly wider depending on how your shoulders are. So you might go a little wider first, and then inhale, reach up. We're looking for pain-free range of motion. So if you're experiencing a lot of pain here, you're going to have to reduce it so you feel no pain, but you're still working strongly. So strength can be added without pain. But if there is pain present, even with that integration, you have to back off on the amount of range of motion you're doing. You might only go up part way. Other side. Okay, and hands back to rest. So we'll do one more. We've A-B them. Maybe there's a difference between your sides, maybe not. Let's try them together now. So palms facing in, inhale. Spine nice and long, exhale. One more time, you're welcome to do this as many times as you like once you learn the movements. Let's try palms down, inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Bring the hands to the knees. You can close the eyes for a few moments. Let your breath relax and just take a few moments and feel into how the shoulders, how the breath feels. So what does it feel like to just sit for a few moments? It's the beginning of meditation. Now you can open the eyes. All right, so you can practice those exercises. There's, of course, lots more you can do. Eventually, you could add weight bearing. You could be bringing your fingertips to the floor. You could lean against a wall to begin to add weight and strengthen the shoulders once they are healed enough to be able to do that without any pain. So I hope that was helpful. Take care.